Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. I have another page for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, blah, blah, blah. And today I'm using this sketch here that this was actually supposed to post on, let's see, the 27th. And life and work just got too busy and I didn't get the voiceover done. So you're getting this someday in August. So there I'm showing you that I am planning on using that Melissa Francis piece from, I believe it was 2007, maybe. So that's been in my stash for quite a while, and I think it's time it meets its crafty destiny and finds its way onto one of my layouts. So here we go. I'm also pulling out this page is actually going to go into a 6x8 page protector. And I'm using this Tim Holtz wallpaper page that I finally jumped into. I did like several of the pages that were in his wallpapers last year and decided to buy this package. So I am breaking that open and starting with this particular page, and I'll hope to mix it in throughout my December album here. So here you can see that I did decide to put some Ranger texture paste. It's just regular white paste through there. I'm using a star stencil. I don't know if that one is from Simple Stories. Might be one I actually got from Hip Kit Club as well. I'm not sure. It's just in my stash. It's not marked. Um, but it's got various sizes of stars and I think some little dots in it too. So definitely says Christmas, and with the white, it definitely shows up on that dark background. So there, I get all that on there and get that pulled off here. And as I have mentioned before, that I actually started this December project at a craft retreat. So there you can see that that is um, one of the ways that I'm getting gold onto each and every page, that I'm either trying to use gold embossing powder or this same Lindy's gold powder that I've had for quite some time, that I don't believe they even make this packaging anymore, that I got it in a color kit from Hip Kit Club and have just been slowly been trying to use it. So there I needed to map my photos to help them stand out off of that plaid paper. And this is actually came from my scrap bin, and it's actually a Halloween paper. On the back you could see there was bright orange, but on this front side here that I'm using is just a tone on tone white colored. It had some Halloween words on it, but with just using it as a photo mat, that it works just fine with what I'm going to do here. So, and then here I decide to add a second larger mat here with another scrap piece of paper. I think this is actually a scrap piece of 49 in Market. And I do start out with this larger mat around each of the photos and then quickly learn that I need to size that down a little bit more once I get a reference on where each of these are going to fall, and I wanted each of those to squish together a little bit more as well, so I could move them more to the left side of the layout and have room for that resin tree on the far right. So here I am trimming down those mats just a little bit more to make some room on my layout. And the reason I don't have the plaid on here right now is I'm basically doing a dry fit and letting that texture paste dry while I am trying to figure out all the rest of the elements that I'm going to put on this page. So here you can see that I'm bringing that page back and testing to see how everything is fitting. Ooh, tapping my fingers, so I must be thinking very deeply there on what I'm going to do. And early in the video, I did show you that I got I guess it's kind of like a ticket book. Um, it's a small, like 3 by 4 size booklet from Studio Light, and it had several pages in it that you can either use the back side, which is a full 3 by 4 card, and then the front side has some cut aparts and things that you can fussy cut to use as elements. And so that little pile there on the right is mostly elements that I cut from one of those pages. And then here on the left, you can see that I have my 49 Market ephemera booklet that I have made. And so I have put all my Christmas elements into this one storage folder. So basically I just sew on acetate pockets, and then I bound them into a homemade book. And I actually have about 10 of those with different 49 Market collections, and it just makes it easier for me to flip through and get some of my elements used, because I have a lot of it and I like to keep buying more of it because it is gorgeous. So if I use it, then I can justify buying more. So if you're interested in seeing the video how I created that, not that specific one, but how I create those folders, I will try and put a link down below for that video that I did it probably about a year ago, and walks you through how to make the actual binding of the book and how I sew everything together. So here you can see that I did decide to add this little cutout section up above, put those stamps back in there, and I will put a little enamel dot, decorative dot in there as well once I get closer to being done. So there is one picture down. Get the other one down, and I'm trying to hide the messiness on the bottom right of that left photo. So I did tuck that underneath. And so here I'm just adding my little elements that I cut out from that booklet. Get this little tag that says Happy Holidays, and some stamps from 49 Market, and really I just kind of add a little cluster here at the tree, and I think I add this little gift, and then I do believe I add another little cluster at the top above the photos here. I'm testing out some of those bows. I just couldn't quite get them to work out. And yes, I know I could have cut those apart, but I didn't want to cut them apart until I knew for sure that I was going to use them. So here, this part, I do trim up my little greenery here to work for me, that I wanted 3 smaller pieces, and so that's what I made. So here I did have to do some, I guess you would call fussy cutting, that where the branches did I guess visually overlap, um, I just cut them to make them look like they were not overlapped anymore, and so I had actual individual petals there. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. Thank you for stopping by. I do have a playlist for everything, everybody playing along with Off the Board, listed down below, as well as my Instagram and other accounts. So thank you for stopping by.